got both logos in there. Good to go. For you. Thank you. Hey, Bert, Dan, one of you guys go on each end. Put your guest in the middle. Put your guest in the middle. You guys talk from the end, please.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock. You know what that means?
It means it's Countdown to Pull Time show.
Countdown to Pull Time. Don't forget tonight, fullpull.live. Go to it, watch it. We've had 2 great days of pulling so far. Beautiful afternoon. Track worked out great this afternoon. But I got to say, one person, this guy right here, Dave Armstrong, that run you did today, we were talking about it in the trailer. We were just mentioning it a few minutes ago. That run looked like you timed hitting the brakes at about 100 foot.
That run didn't go like I was wanting it to by design, but took off, hit the right brake a couple times, trying to stay on the right-hand side. I caught a groove with the left tire, and it took me that way, so we was just on for the ride.
Well, that was kind of a tricky track for that entire class here today, and one of the things that I noticed were either they were going dead straight or they might drift real hard to the left, you know.
Here, the grandstand side track always has a tendency to pull you to the left side just a little bit. It's just how the track is. Earlier in the class, it wasn't too bad, and then it started getting a groove in there. And like I said, I caught a groove there with the left tire, and that's where it took me. And we was just on for the ride, and luckily we was able to stay in bounds.
Hey, that was the trick here this afternoon. But you got any big plans for tonight as far as this goes?
Hillside track's totally different. We'll get out there and take a look at the track later, check the tractor out. It looks fine. All the data looks okay. Probably pretty much the same setup as we did this afternoon. And good Lord willing, hope we can come out a winner again.
Now, are you a regular visitor here to Full Recovery?
Yeah, we've been pulling here back in the day. Used to be a heavy pro stock, and we pulled here several years. And then the light pros come along. We've switched to light pro. And don't think we've missed a year.
Well, what is it about this place that brings you here?
This is our Bowling Green for the light pro stocks.
I got you.
This is the biggest pull we come to here. You know, everybody loves it. It's a good track. Like to make a weekend. It's relaxing for us. Everybody gets together. We just had a cookout back at the trailer, and a bunch of the pullers come over, and it's just a good time, and really enjoy it.
Dan, you got the pit. You were out here on the track this afternoon. What were some of the things you saw, especially in that light pro class?
Well, I mean, early in the class we had Mike Palmer come out and, always a tough runner in the class, and he came out and he told us in his interview he hit the wheelie bars a couple times and really didn't think that was going to hold up. He thought the track was kind of come around a little bit towards the middle of the class, and we saw young Mr. Beasley lay down a real nice run. First time running here at Fort Recovery. He came out, laid down a nice run, but Dave running out of Wilmington, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
And, in this light pro class, the Rowdy Red team, just the last few years, I mean, it's just been, always right at the top of the class. I mean, always one to watch out there. And so tell us, how did you get started in the sport of pulling?
It started out when I was a kid pulling garden tractors. Did that for a few years. Started tug pulling when I was in my teens. And then started speed pulling. I bought an old 560 off of Jess Pendleton. They called it the Piddler tractor.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one, the Hemi. Yes.
Well, I know. It was the 560 diesel.
Oh, okay.
He had that in the Hemi, yes.
Okay.
And, but bought that and pulled it, just brush pulling for years, and then sold it, got married after we had 3 kids. I told her I wanted to get back into it. She told me, go ahead. The tractor I have now, I bought off of Dave Hill, a good friend of mine that passed away, and we developed it over the years. And
so let me stop you there. The wife said, get back into the sport of pulling?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right.
She,
usually we hear the other way. Usually, get married, have the house, and then there goes the pulling vehicle.
Well,
yeah,
she knew I'd drive her nuts just being in the house all the time.
See, there you go. Yes, okay.
So, but yeah, she's a great supporter of my kids. And a couple years ago, we changed our program. Went with Powerhouse Creations, Josh Hursley. He builds great, dependable power, and it's really turned our thing around. Roger Early tire cutting. We got a new set of tires there a couple years ago. He cut on them, and I tell you what, it's just the combination's working.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw it this afternoon. Now, draw for tonight's show. Where's the Rowdy Red sitting tonight?
I haven't seen the numbers.
Okay.
I'm in the 400s. I haven't seen the list yet. It's not up yet, but I'm guessing middle of the pack.
I might have an answer for you right
Hold
here.
on, we've got the hot scoop right here.
Yep, this is what I was just given a few minutes ago. Let me find the class. You're hillside 1, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Did I not get that? Oh, there it is. It's hiding in the back.
Oh, see, there it is.
It's all the anticipation.
Top secret here.
That's right. All right, so we look right here.
Yeah.
You're right in the middle.
Yeah, middle 10th hook. Yeah, so that'll give me a couple tractors to look at. And I'll tell you what, this class is just really, really tough. I mean, you mentioned Michael Palmer. We got the minute tractors, Stroud's back there, and Never Enough. I mean, we're all good friends and stuff, but they're just tough. I mean, you got to be on your game to get it. You make one little miss in your setup, your driving, anything, and they got you.
Yeah, absolutely, right.
Just a great group of guys to pull with.
Yeah, the NTPA Region 2, now it's cut into East and West?
Yes,
is that
sir.
how they, okay.
East and West, yeah. So this year we ain't got to pull very much with workload and everything, family things, but we go where we can, and like to hook a lot more but this year, but we'll go where we can and support the region.
Well, so far it's been a pretty good day here in Fort Recovery. We'll see if you can add to it as the class will run here tonight. One of 7 classes they're going to have in tonight's program here starting at 7 o'clock. And make sure you get your picks in here for the full pull picks here tonight. And we don't have the up to the current who is where in our classes here tonight, but make sure you do check that out.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, trying to win here twice in Fort Recovery, I think I'm just ecstatic we won once today. I mean, this 2 sessions in one day. I mean, if you can come out of the top 5, I mean, you've done well.
Right.
Well,
so you haven't been running the region then, just kind of picking and choosing where you've been going?
Yeah, just east and west, just a few pulls. Like I said, we've only hooked 5 times this year, and just got a big workload right now and stuff.
So speaking of the workload, what do we do during the week when we're not pulling?
Have a small trucking company, haul grain feed and fertilizer and stuff, and have 3 trucks. I still drive too, and we do all the maintenance and stuff on the trucks, and it's just pretty. We're really busy right now, so it's pretty big workload. Usually we're slowing down this time of year, but it's guys has held on to the grain a little bit longer, and so we're pretty busy. And,
Good deal. Yes.
It's
Well, you're looking at the list tonight, and we saw what happened to Jeff Michelocci right there at the end this afternoon, and that's unusual for that tractor.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm kind of wondering what's going to be in store for later on tonight, and with what Hunter did this afternoon, being up in the top 3, never running here before. And I talked to him a little bit back in the pits a while ago. He's a young guy, and he only knows one way, and that's
full throttle.
Full throttle, stiff arm it, and let her eat.
Yeah. On the way walking up here, I stopped Jeff's trailer and asked if he needed anything. He said he got it. So that's a tractor you never count. He is it's a good run tractor, and he is a good puller.
Who is the biggest person you look out for, or maybe you pay attention to their tractor when they're out there running?
The whole class.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you can't count none of these guys out. I'm
Right.
serious. I mean, Mike Palmer, we're good friends and stuff. I mean, Mike's just there consistently every time. I mean, like I said, you screw up that much, he's going to get you. Same way with Jeff, Strouds. I mean, there's just a bunch of them here that you can't mess up.
Well, I can tell you one thing, and I'll say this too. Some of the winners this weekend didn't have the picture-perfect runs.
No.
But it doesn't matter as long as you make it happen, right? As long as you get down past that leader marker, and you were able to pull that off this afternoon.
Well, I always have a saying, it's better to be lucky than good any time.
That's right, yes.
That's
Always.
right.
Yeah, a little bit of luck goes a long
yeah.
way, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
So where's going to be next for the Rowdy Red after this weekend here in Fort Recovery?
Well, we're sorry for this weekend. We'll check it out, and probably next pool will be Eaton and then Urbana, and we'll see what happens after that. So,
all right. Well, we'll see how things go here tonight. Hopefully, the Rowdy Red team can figure this out here once again, and get down here tonight. And it should be a great class. Running first here, we shouldn't see a whole lot of change with the track here. It'll be running, in the sunlight here the whole class. I believe there's 18 or 19 again here.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm getting right now is I've got 17 on the list. So
So we did lose a couple, but
right.
Yeah, it's. I think it's going to be a good track tonight, and just wait to see what happens. See
All
how
right.
it plays out.
all right.
Dave, it was. I know you got to go back and get ready
sir.
and get everything set up. I appreciate you joining us here this afternoon.
Thank you.
And look
Yes,
forward to
Dave.
seeing you tonight.
Always good to
guys.
see you, and like you say, put your game face on and get ready to go.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
All
right.
right.
See you.
Yep, we'll
Thank
see
you.
you.
Bye.
So Dave Armstrong, winner this afternoon, the Rowdy
That
Red,
was-
joining us.
That was a fun show to watch this afternoon. RJ with his little suspension hiccup last night, he came back, and let me tell you something. He made sure that switch was on. I heard he went and took a Sharpie and on the inside of the cab to make sure he turned that suspension on.
Absolutely. Talking to him this morning about it. And, he says, I go through my mental checklist of all the things that I have to do. And he says, and something else came up, and it was like it took me off my rhythm.
Right.
It took me off my rhythm, and that's when I didn't hit it. So, one of those deals. So nothing,
Well,
that's pulling.
Yep, he pulled off and was able to win this afternoon. I think he was 5th yesterday. And that's what one little hiccup in your game plan, it can just really throw you off. You have the barges; they're close to home,
Right.
and they were able to win this afternoon. And
But the other tractor broke.
Yep.
They broke that coupler on the other tractor. So, but they'll be running here tonight, the unlimited class with the black tractor. So
Right.
that'll be good to see here. And it's going to be a real good show.
Yeah, and looking at some of the winners that we had here this weekend, or just talking about just today, the barges, we talked about R.J. Simon, the Gone Green tractor, that 5.0 class has turned into something, it's kind of like we talk about some of these more local classes like the Pro Farms and the Hot Farms. The consistency, you really don't know who's going to win it.
Oh, right.
And watching it this afternoon, the track was actually coming together really nicely on a daylight track, and all of a sudden, it was just like he found the magic spot and had the best run.
Right, but the case ended up winning.
Right.
Yeah, the case
right.
there.
The case ended up winning at the end.
Yeah.
But that Gone Green was sitting up there for a while.
Absolutely.
And you're looking at that number, and you're wondering. You sit up there for a long time, and you're like, oh, yeah, I got this, and then.
Yeah, because we talked to him there after he made his run, and he was He was thinking it might hold on, but he says, you just never know because with that class, it's one of the newer classes.
Right.
So a lot of the competitors in that class are, hey, who shows up, here, there, everywhere, So if you don't run with the same group all the time, you just never know, and that's, and Jeff's a guy that used to run the big pros years ago.
Right.
Before getting in the 5-0 class, so it's good to see him have a nice run here this afternoon.
It definitely was, and some of the action we had last night with the mini rods, that got crazy, and then Ken Vinny coming in there with getting his 5th win here, and we talked about that earlier, but that's one thing that is, you go to any venue like Fort Recovery, Bowling Green, any of the big name shows,
absolutely,
and you get 5 wins there, and he nothing against the other drivers, but he took them to school last night on that pass. It was just.
And he said, coming down the tires, that was what it was all about. And, he got, the old special set of tires, from quote from Days of Thunder there. But, yeah, good to see. And, well, it looks like we'll have our next guest moving in here.
Come on up here.
All right. You're right in the middle.
Hey,
we're gonna grill you right here.
Yeah,
absolutely. We got the next generation of Bargies here, and he's gonna be driving the tractor next.
Yep, let's go.
All right, so Derek Bargie joining us here this afternoon on the Countdown to Pull Time show, and just was up visiting with you guys. Actually, almost was late here for the 5 o'clock show here, but just getting the scoop on everything. You guys got the 3 turbine tractor ready to go here tonight.
Yes, we do.
Big weekend here. Dad's celebrating a birthday, the patriarch of the Bargie team, and always good to see Ron out there.
Yeah, thank you. Yep, he celebrated a birthday yesterday, and like you said, he stopped by, and we changed our gear ratio around to get ready to run the unlimited class tonight and double check some things and get ready.
Yeah, she ran really good this afternoon, and
yes,
out there in the class. So tell the fans at home, okay, so you ran the regional class, 7,500 pounds. Now tonight you'll weight up 8,000 pounds, run the unlimited class. I mean, you just turn on that third engine. I mean, anything with gearing. I mean, you said you changed the gear.
Yes. So yeah, the changes between them is gear ratio. Obviously, more horsepower. We need to go a lot bigger gear.
Right.
So, like, even some of the tractors we competed with today, they can add another motor, and then they change your gear ratio as well. And Craig Saves at SCS Gearbox, they make a great quick change box, so that's what we're doing. So we did that. Just, wait till it cools down enough to get your hands dirty and take everything apart. Everything looked good. So we got everything back in there, buttoned up. Then we started one there a minute ago, just making sure it was good to go. And, one motor we unhooked the coupler from it so it doesn't turn during the run. And so now we got it hooked back up. We're ready to go. They're just finishing up. Going to get it full of fuel because that's one thing we were concerned about last night. We didn't know for sure how much fuel we're going to burn with that motor and with having all 3. So that's why we got towed out, and all I did is start up and back up. And that way I didn't have to burn extra fuel doing that.
Because you just didn't know how much it was going to.
Yeah.
Now, is it pretty much the same setup as you ran years back with the 3 turbines? Or
yes.
Is this, okay.
It's the same setup, but we didn't pull. When we used to run the PPL circuit, run 3,
right.
The third engine that we were running is now in the jury.
Okay.
And so to pull that motor off and change it all up, that's why we went ahead and purchased another motor. That way we can put it on and not that motor, that tractor can still run.
Right.
Yeah, still run and all that. Like last year, we went to BG. We made all kinds of. We swapped all 5 engines around and
I remember that
between the tractors and all that. And it's like, let's not do that again.
So let's talk about the turbine engines. Now we're kind of talking about them. They're all government rates on them and serial numbers, and so I mean they may be different, rated for different horsepowers. I mean,
so there's different series of each engine built, different ratings and horsepower ratings that the military puts on them. And that's then what the NTPA uses to rate the horsepower. So this past off-season, they increased the horsepower limit in the 75 Grand National mod class, and now it's up to 9450, 9460 right there where we ran PPL setup. So that's why we can go back and now run 3.
Okay.
So, that's what we were looking to do. Just that way we give the fans
a
different variety. Exactly.
Right.
That's what's really fun about the region class that we're running there. There's a huge variety of engines and just people. It's been a lot of fun running, and then we're closer to home. We got 7, 8 drivers And
Well, I mentioned that this afternoon about that. You know, it's just the families get bigger, and the traveling just gets harder and harder to.
Exactly.
You know,
Yep. And it makes it nice because that way, if I can't be there, there's still going to be half a dozen people in the shop. Like this week, there was 5 people every day, and there was a couple of people that couldn't be there, and that's just the way it works. That's what's great about having that many people to work on everything.
Yeah, good deal. That's and like I say, always good to see you folks out here. And Ansonia, Ohio, as the bird flies, is how far from Fort Recovery?
Oh,
I know
15,
I drove through it.
Maybe 15 miles. I don't know, 15
Okay.
20 miles.
So
yeah.
this is your hometown.
This is it.
This is one of our hometown poles. Yep. This is the 15-mile hometown pole, and then we go 10 miles south or 8 miles south to with the Dark County Fair, and another hometown pole. That's after Bowling Green.
Well, we saw the issues this afternoon with the jury. Did y'all come up with anything? Did you find anything that showed up?
Yeah, we think internally we saw something on data. They ran it on Sunday. Both tractors ran on Sunday, and I was looking at data. I had the computer out, and I was looking at it. I'm like, man, that something went wrong with the jury. Then I had my nephew Nick pull up and say, pull that video up, and we watched it again. I was like, right there, that engine shut off. And that's what it was showing. So they went through and was looking at it, and everything sounded fine. Now, in the engine, like we spun that over. The coupler was everything looked good there. Now they started towing it around.
Right.
And we heard clunk,
Clunk.
clunk.
Yep.
So we're like, okay. So we pulled the rear end out. Oh yeah, the pinion's about ready to let go. So it was good, but I still like, man, that didn't solve the problem with why that. So we've had electrical issues on the jury last year, and we started having them again here recently. So we have overspeeds that govern. If all of a sudden something uncouples, something breaks, it'll shut the engine down.
Right.
And we've had that happen multiple times throughout the year. And again, it did it there on Sunday. So we were thinking, well, maybe it's the overspeed. And we just had 2 more tested just on Tuesday. So we put one of those on. And so when it did it at the line, it's like, I was like, change the overspeed again. That's what I was texting them.
Oh,
I was sitting in there. And they're like, no, we can hear it. It's something. We can hear something in there grinding. So it's like, okay. Yeah, well, it's a job we're going to have to do at home in the shop. It's something there in the back of the engine. It's probably the internal output shaft, the way we're thinking right now. But when it spins and it's all that heat, then it all seizes up, and then it takes horsepower to break it loose again, which is what happened here. Because we started up at home and drove it around just to double check. And okay.
So tell the folks at home, especially, explain in generic terms. How does the turbine work?
It's basically an air compressor. It's a turbo. I mean, and we're taking as much air as we can, and then you have your compressor section, and we're compressing air, and it gets down smaller and smaller and smaller, and that way you compress and get more air pressure. And then you push it through, and then you mix it with fuel, and then when that burns, now you have that expansion of air, just like everybody's doing. We're trying to compress as much air as we can, mix it with fuel, and then make a big explosion. Big explosion, or do we just flame and make that expansion of air? Go from heat, like everybody else is doing, and then that air then runs over a set of fins that runs the drive shaft. Well, first it runs the compressor to keep it going and spin it faster. Then it runs the drive shaft. So, I mean, the engine might be running 100%.
Right.
But our drive shaft is only going to be running maybe 80%.
Right.
And again, then you go back to the percentage things like, well, what's that? Well, in the turbine world, everything is dealt with in percentages and not RPMs.
Right.
The engine is capable of spinning 15,000 RPM.
Right. But a turbine engine on the ground, you can't get it to 100%, only up in the air with nothing on the back side of it.
Yeah. So, yep. So, I mean, that's, the generic way of it's just, compressing air, and then you add fuel to it and mix it, and the expansion of air makes your horsepower just like what everybody else is doing. It's a little different.
A little different, right?
Quick boom, and you're ready to go, right?
Yeah, quick boom. So, that's where we're in drive. We have just forward and reverse, and we started now using our gearbox brake as our clutch so we can leave a little smoother, and that's helped our consistency of how we take off and can then drive it a little better on, just tracks are different. So that allows us to drive a little bit. We haven't done that until here the last 2 years. And that's the thing about the beauty of it was somebody that, I don't know if they talked about it separately, but it's not one of my brothers. It's kind of a, hired hand guy and he's been around with our family forever, been around pulling forever. And he was nervous as all get out to be, like, when we told him, no, you want me to drive? He's like, oh, man, I don't know. I was like, you're going to do fine. The hardest thing is for you to start it up. After that, you know how to drive. I mean, you've been around stuff, and he's raced, different things. Like, and he decided, you know what, if I do that, and we got it from him. And that's the thing where everybody has a different point of view, different opinion, and everybody gets to share them. And sometimes they're loud opinions and fingers poking each other, but that's family.
Yeah,
and you know what? And but that's good. We share those opinions because we want to be better. Because if you make a run and you did it and you were bad, you're going to know about it, and you got to have thick skin about it.
Yeah. Now, what about we talk about the drivability of the turbines, versus here comes the throttle. You lay the throttle in. Now with the turbines, you can't pull back and get back in with that situation.
You
right? Is that
can. It's just your runs. Going to be about dead. With what we're running now with the T55s, they have really quick throttle response, and you don't want to. It's not really. You're not getting all the way out of it. It's just the break of the wrist really quick.
Okay.
Last night I did get out of it a little too much, and I got back. With the boat as big as I'm like, I'm done.
Right,
I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
Because with that,
really, with the V8, it's the same thing. Once you're out of it and bang, you never see anybody
done,
yet.
Yeah. It's more just. I'll go lightly back into it because if you get hard aggressive, it's going to upset everything and can get wild on you.
And one of the other things about turbines is, we talked about earlier. Once you get it moving, there's actually no clutches in it, so there's not a breakaway. We talked about the internals of the engine, but there's not a breakaway basically from the back of that engine out of the rear wheels. So you're basically, when you get on it and you go, you better be ready to go with it and hit it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, you get to that point where you're going to leave, you got to be focused on what you want to do. And I was worried about so much stuff last night with that setup. I did not drive very well. I didn't do what I needed to do. And hopefully, then Ron, the second, Ron's going to drive tonight.
Okay.
We made some changes, and we'll see if that will improve, us getting down the track. And that's what we're trying to do tonight is, we're close to home, and we're going to be here for the well, let's put the motor on and run and trying to get ready. We're going to run in that BG.
Okay.
And so just trying to get some runs under our belt so that way we can.
When you get there, you'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Because we talked about trying to run the Goshen.
Okay.
For Thursday.
Okay.
And everybody's like, man, we're exhausted. And we all were. Our wives were like, are you coming home tonight?
We've still got a little more to do.
Y'all just literally got that engine put back in place too, correct?
Correct. We on Wednesday night, we had all three on and started them all and drove it around in the barnyard, and everything was good to go. And then,
what do your neighbors think about that?
Oh, I can't see a neighbor at the farm shop.
So there you go. Yeah.
That's the best way, I promise you.
There's people that when they come by, if we're working on stuff, they stop by. We had a whole crew out there. We had Dennis Wilson. He lives by. Dennis Wilson comes by. Every once in a while, Norm Smith's going to come by. They're all up there right now.
Legends, yes.
Good old Smitty.
Smitty, the hired gun, yes.
That's right. So he's up there. Herb and Jenny Newport are up there right now. And but anybody that stops by, we had some guys from up this way, and another cousin, Tom and Ivan. They've been helping us out a lot this year. They went to Florida with us, and it really helps having that many people because it's amazing. Even with all my brothers and everybody helping, we're all busy at certain times.
Yeah.
Well, we had a family wedding a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so that took the whole plan out of it.
Yeah. So we had to teach Brian Diekman how to drive.
Okay. Mr. Rat Poison.
That's
back
right.
in the seat.
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can do it. You can drive anything. I said the hardest thing is for you to just start it up. After that is just push the throttle over, leave the line. And so his first run didn't go. I guess he had high expectations.
Right.
And I think he's asleep.
He's out.
He's warm right out. Yeah.
So Brian was not happy. He got done, and I got up there, and he goes, well, what did I do wrong? I said, nothing. It was your first time.
Yeah.
He went like 309, and the jury went, 323 or something, 325. He's like, what? I was like, it's your first time.
Yeah.
Well, the next time was at Springfield, and he won on the judge. He went, I think, 350, and he drove the jury as well, and it went 322 or something. I was like, yeah. He goes, and then I have to tease him because on the way home after his first pass ever, he got a phone call, and he was talking, and he goes, yeah, it was just okay. I'm still liking the alcohol super. And he got the phone. I said, oh, it's just okay. Huh?
Just okay.
He was like, well, it wasn't. I was like, you haven't had a run yet. Just wait. And after that run that night, he got on the phone, and he was like, oh my gosh, you were right. Yeah. This is awesome. And, and that's what every sport, every tractor does a little different stuff. And I was like, yeah, you make a run at the 350, and you feel that power to sit you back and, go. It's fun.
Yeah, because we have seen Brian drive the alcohol super here. Saw him down in Benson and a couple other places here over the last couple of years and running that tractor. And, Brian used to run the Allisons years ago with his dad. And, good to see him still out there running.
Oh, yeah. He's been, he helps Jeff Hurd a lot. He's helping Craig Sage. I mean, he has a lot of knowledge, can do lots of things. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. So they packed up the Super to go run state because we've missed so much Grand National, right. And so you're running the state hook tonight for the state points.
And where are they going?
To Mount Vernon.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3-hour trip. So like last year, the Supers ran in the afternoon with the mods.
So
we packed up everything and headed 3 hours, went over there, and kind of the same thing here. Some minor thing, bites you in the butt, and we go over there, and he spends 30 minutes, almost an hour working on it, and hurry up and rushes down, has to get scaled, get across just that, and went out and won.
There you go. Yeah. And sometimes it works that way.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about the judge and the jury. Let's talk about the history. With Dad starting off with, a couple Allison tractors back in the day and, all the wins and championships back then and, and you guys, carrying on that tradition here with running, the next generation tractors here.
And
I'm
going to put him in the shade.
Oh, there you go.
Oop, You're good. You're good. I'm right here.
He's had a busy day.
I know.
That's what pulling does to you.
There you go.
Yeah. All the excitement we've had all weekend long.
He's had a busy day.
I'll put my phone down. I'm trying to keep you in the shade, boy. Come on.
It's like, no, I want to be where everybody can see me.
Yeah. He's like, I want to be on TV.
That's right.
I want to be on TV.
Okay. All right, we'll do it this way. So, history, yes. Where were we at there, Dan?
Well, we were just talking about the judge and jury.
Yep.
And, Dad starting, with the Allisons and moved up to a twin Allison and then kind of
70s,
got away from the sport for a few years. And then you guys came back strong. Dad came back with another twin a little bit later on. And then you guys started getting involved.
Yeah. As long as I can remember, just always going to tractor pulls in the summertime, going to Florida. We took the camper down, and we'd spend a couple of weeks down there. And the story goes, when my parents first got married, they got married in July, and it was just pulling after pull after pull. And my mom looked at my dad, and goes, "When are you going to work? Like, how are we going to live? Are you going to work anytime soon?"
Well, back before the Grand National circuits started in 1977, every pull before that, like the early 70s, every pull counted for a championship.
Oh, wow.
So they would go every night, basically, down south, the Southern Circuit. Then they would run and run themselves ragged all summer long. Trying to
just bouncing all over the place. Oh yeah, it was. That's the thing. They would drive all over to go find a hook. They put a lot of miles. I don't know how my dad does it. He would even still sometimes. I mean, not so much now, but just a couple years ago. He would hop up in the seat. We're driving through the night. I can drive for a couple hours. I'm like, man, it's 3 a.m. I cannot keep my eyes open anymore. And he would do that all the time. Just he'd drive 8 hours through the night. And I don't know. It's not that tough. He's the toughest guy I know. I mean, he's beat his body up for 83 years now, and his back is paying the price right now.
Yeah.
But his mind is still sharp as a whip. I mean, he'll hear things that I'm like, how do you hear that? Like, how are you not deaf? I mean, they didn't wear earplugs back then. Nothing. They just went out. I'm like, how can you even hear yet?
My favorite part of the stories, I love when just sit down and he'll just start telling a story and then lead into another story, and it's like it just priceless. You know, that's the part that I really cherish.
Y'all really need to do a book on.
Or put a video recorder or something. Yes.
Well, years ago, I talked to JP about that. I was like, "Can you have time to sit down with my dad and just let him rattle off a bunch of stuff and tape him?"
Yeah.
You know, then we can.
Because you can archive it, and you know, the early days of the NTPA and just different things.
Exactly.
It's just so interesting. You know,
you started talking about that at Hamburg, New York one year.
Yep.
So I started videotaping. You've probably seen that one.
Yep.
He talks about the Staley. Dave Staley.
Dave Staley. Yep.
You know, and they got up there to take because the president couldn't ever keep order.
Right.
And he got up there and said, "This is the way we're going to run it by Robert's rule of law and this and that. If you got a problem, you go outside with my brother and I, and we'll take care of the problem." Well, they're big guys. So then this goes into the next story of the reason no one stepped out of line at the end of the night when all the weights are on the ground to get the weights into their dump bed, 10-foot tall sideboards on a dump truck. So that's probably 15 feet in.
Right, yeah.
Took 100-pound weights or the big 150-pound weights and would one arm up and over the sidewall. You talking about big, tough guys.
Yeah, one after another. Yep.
And, you know, it's like, whew. Yeah, no wonder no one's going to step up.
No, I wouldn't have either. I don't think.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody. But you know, stuff like that. It's just, you know, the early days of what they did, and you know, the pioneers. You know, to where everything is now.
Yep.
And you know, it's been about 10 years now since we went out to Arizona.
Yeah.
You guys pulled out there. That was an interesting trip out there.
We had
drag
fun.
strip.
Yep, we went out there. Went to the Grand Canyon, my wife and I, and JP went with us, and then. We had like 7 or 8 people tucked in.
Yeah, I remember you guys. You know, the hall out there, and yep.
Oh yeah, it was great. We had my one brother Randy and his wife. You know, they have some family out there, so we pulled into a cul-de-sac, you know, north side of Phoenix
with the rig.
With the rig. And people were like, "What is going on?" But yeah, we had a good time out there. You know, it was different. It was fun trying to bring something out there. You know, we did it that one time. It just didn't work out. You know, and then sad to see that, you know, Wild Horse Pass is no longer. You know, they closed that down. But, I mean, that's just the part of it, you know, just all these things. You know, I want to jump back a little bit. You know, my dad, you know, ran a single, then we had 2, then went to twins, and, you know, had the judge and the jury. And then there in the late 70s and the 80s, you know, we had built a twin that did really well. And then in 1985, you know, went to Ahoy, Holland. And right during that time, farming was taking a big hit. And that's got to be pretty good. Right over there.
It'll clean out eventually, right?
Yeah.
So when he was there, a gentleman from the museum wanted to buy it. So, you know, they wired the money back to the States, and when the money got to the bank, they said, "Okay, done deal. Here you go." And that saved the farm. That's what he, you know, because he wasn't putting the farm at jeopardy to go pulling. So that tractor saved the farm. And then, he was out of it there for 3 years or so. And Mike Holden called him. And
yep, I was going to say teamed up with him.
Yep, Mike Holden and Dusty Diamond team, the Holden family. Man, I haven't seen them for a long time. I talked to, Chuck every once in a while. Charles on Facebook every once in a while.
4 Allisons on a tractor, yes.
So 4 Allison. And that's where we met Rod Trent, who works with us and drives now. And that's where we met him. And, man, that thing really started to run well.
Yes, they were getting nervous.
9,200 pounds, and that's what that's what his big, man, we were making weight, and we were making power, and then they dropped the weight from like 9,200 down to, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, they went into the 8s, I thought, yeah.
And then we just couldn't make weight anymore. We were done. So then we just made some twins, and, he had a twin, and then we came back with the twin. In the 90s for our own, and we ran together. Mm-hmm. And then 94 or so, then Mike, the silver tractor, was done, and then we just been pulling on our own. And the first year we ran the turbines was 2000. I started driving in 99, and I drove 1 year with Twin Allison. And then in 2000 was our first year with the turbine. And that's the thing some people, I guess, forget. You know, we've been pulling the turbine now for 25 years.
Yeah, I was taking a look back at the pictures, the one with the 5 small turbines.
The T-53s.
Yep.
You know, we took our lumps. I mean, we didn't go half track almost that whole first year. because we just couldn't figure it out. It was pretty rough.
Well, that's a different combination too, because that engine, roughly 14 to 1500 shaft horsepower, and you were trying to gear it up and do that combination. And then also the other trick to that is you don't have the same amount of RPMs. Your RPMs are what, 6,000, 7,000?
On those engines?
Yeah.
I think no, they're at 15.
Okay, they're at 15. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew they were a little bit.
To my knowledge.
Okay. I knew they were a little bit lower.
Or maybe it's 12, but it's not a whole bunch.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's a little bit lower. So trying to find that gear combination off of what you were working with before with the 50 dives.
Air pressure. We were, we didn't have the gearing right. We needed, we overgear it. That's the thing. We always, once we've learned everything, we overgear. Go a little. Okay, here's probably where we always go another, 10, 15, or even higher overgearing. Because you really, I don't know, because when we make our pass, they make a lot of, they'll tug it, at around 70%, of drive shaft speed,
Yeah.
That's where typically, we're at, is at 70%.
That's where you want to be at anyway. Yeah.
So, yeah, and it took us a long time to figure that out. And, we then ran PPL, now we come back and run the state and region, and, there's been comments made, and it's like, we know what we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's not like we're
you're new to this game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've been running for 25 years.
The science of this sport's also changing all the time.
Yes.
And you're kind of on your own because a lot of the turbines have backed away from it, and you don't have all the turbines pulling, especially on the higher levels now.
Yeah.
So competing against the Hemis can be a challenge.
Yes. Oh, it is. When we were running PPL for years, it was most of the time it was us. The triple.
Leichner's had it.
Yeah, Joe and them had it, and then Lashner just ran it for a while. And even back up, Roberts. There you go. So there was quite a few of us, but boy,
LD had the couple.
And then they all have moved on, and we're still trying to make a go of it, and be competitive and have fun, and we're having fun. We think we're competitive.
You had a great go of it this afternoon.
He did.
Yeah.
Galen, he did a great job. They set it up perfect, and yeah.
I still always go back to Hillsborough 2016. The night of
Ronnie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That lucky guy. His name is Lucky.
Oh, that's
his
where
name
Lucky
is
comes
Lucky.
from. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So that story, Galen, we were running PPL on this now. We went around the tracks.
Yep.
I said, some of these tracks, our cleat is too big, and we don't then get our drive shaft speed up high enough, and then we just fall 30 feet behind. I said, on that track, it hooks you so quick that we need a shorter cleat. So we bought a different pair of tires, just pretty much for Hillsborough, and maybe then BG. And lo and behold, we made a test run, and the 2 days later, he went and ran and won.
One of the most impressive runs.
It was, yeah. And he drives one way, and I told him we can't do that tonight. It's funny because again, he is lucky Ronnie, and I hope that luck stays with him.
Okay, so
he does a good job. I don't want to jinx him.
Yeah.
I really hope he does make a great pass tonight.
But brought home the belt buckle.
He did
The
for his
big
wife.
win,
Yep. He told his wife I was going to win this for you, and lo and behold, he did. Well, because he won the first night they ran, and the next night got rained out.
Right.
Yep.
So they just went on the one run, and that's all it took.
There you go.
Yep.
Made a really impressive run. I think he beat Steve Boyd by a foot or so.
Yeah,
or less.
It was good.
It was very impressive because Steve laid down a heck of a run, and everybody thought Steve got him, and he didn't.
But here he come. He come off the line. That front end come up, and he was
going.
It went left. He barely kept him down. Oh yeah, I'm sure he can give you the details on that. That was
from start to finish. Yes.
It was a fabulous run. I remember watching that video many times. Yep. And then, just running PPL there, and we back down, and now here we are. Looking forward to tonight. It was a great day today. The track and the sleds, everybody did great. It was a very competitive, all the classes.
Yeah, I think we're going to pack the hillside here again.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
This is going to be
I think they set a record,
For ice cream sales or
ice cream sales, but also paid attendance last night.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over 3,000, almost 3,500, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it was full. I mean, that hillside, you can tell.
Oh,
That
yeah.
hillside fills up. It's like,
You know,
I was like,
yes.
man, that looks a lot fuller for a Friday
And
night.
it's really deep. That's not like a little short
No,
hillside.
it's deceiving.
It's like,
when you,
yeah,
yes,
it
you
is
look
when
over
you
there. You
first
got to
look at
walk
it.
over there, and yeah.
That's when I figured it out.
And
When I
that's
walked
right.
over there yesterday.
I say, and you can't come to the fort without getting the ice cream.
Oh,
That's,
well,
that's
yeah.
always one of those things that.
I think our kids have bought enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're ice creamed out.
Yep. So,
But
yeah, and the session 3 is going to start what here? Hour and a half?
7
40.
o'clock. Yeah.
7 o'clock. Yeah.
7 o'clock. So we're gonna.
There's people getting in line. They're starting to.
Yep, they're starting to line up here for the night show, and well, Brad or Derek, we're going to let you go, and,
All right.
and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dan.
And always good to see you
Appreciate it.
guys, and we'll see you somewhere down the road. And
Yeah.
good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right,
We'll see you in Bowling Green.
Derek Bargie joining us here this afternoon on the Countdown to Full Time show, and family tractor getting ready to go back there, and is this yours too?
That young man right there is out.
Were these you too, or yeah? Okay.
Thank you, Dan.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're getting down to it here.
Yep.
Just a little bit to go here before the show starts tonight. Here, 7 o'clock start time. Make sure you do get your picks in.
Get your picks in. Go
Get
to
your picks in.
fullpoll.us and definitely look if you want to watch it. You've been watching this free so far. If you've had an opportunity, definitely go to fullpoll.live. Guys, you're not going to get this kind of entertainment. Now, if you're close to here, come here. There's
Yeah,
nothing
absolutely.
better
Right.
than being here in person. But I promise you this much: if you want to watch some great pulling action from all season long so far, $39.99 a month. You can't get the tickets to get into some of these events, and it's going to cost you a whole lot more to get there. But definitely check us out. The show quality is definitely getting better. We're getting things out there, and this is a thing that's never been done in the sport. So you're seeing a lot of different angles. We're trying to bring in a lot of aspects that you normally don't see here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now we're going to nail you to the wall.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so here we go. It's
Nail
pick
me.
time. We didn't do it yesterday, but we'll do it here today.
Okay.
Let's go super stock diesel truck class. Who's your pick here tonight?
I want to look at this list because I was told one dropped out, and it may be. I'm going to go with Cummins Killer.
Okay,
Just
because you want to be. Okay.
He's on a roll, and last night he was locked and loaded from the word go.
I'm going to go with Shane Kellogg, the Trump truck. I think
He was number 2 last night.
Yes, I think he's going to. Hasn't been out a whole lot here this year, but I think he'll be in the mix here when it's all said and done. So let's move on. Diesel Superstock class.
Colin Ross.
I knew you were going to take
You
that
knew
one.
I was going.
So you're going to take that one.
Well, okay.
So I'm going to go with the Super Rooster. I'm going to go with Kent Payne.
Well, Kent Payne had
He had a win here last year.
Right.
We saw him win down at Benson, beating the Elkies. So yeah, he'll be my pick here in the Diesel Super class.
Well, let me throw one in for you. How about the Opens?
Superstock Open here tonight. I'm going to go with the John Deere. I'm going to go with Jeff Hodem. Right now we got a tie here for the lead in the class, and it's
that's a tough one because I would kind of pick that one too, but I really think you're going to have some people sneak up tonight because a lot of people were trying to figure that track out. It was a little tricky for them out of the hole. I'm going to go with Galata on this one.
Okay. John Strickland. All
yeah,
right.
John Strickland. I talked to him after his run last night, and he goes, I just didn't get on it. I was waiting for it to hook, and then it was too late. He said I should have just gagged it out of the hole.
So going with the Carolina boy.
I'm
All right, he's going
Carolina.
with the home. So let's go with the mini rods. So you're going to stick with the Carolina boys, or
he had a good run last night. He was in the top 5.
Absolutely, but they both were.
Yeah, both of them were.
Bolt and Cody were able to get in the top 5 last night. What a tough class. I think we got another 30 entries, tonight.
Yeah, we got 30 tonight. Ken showed he knows this track. So do you pick Ken on this one, or do you?
Is he going to back-to-back it? That's the question.
That track last night played in his hands a little bit more. Tonight's track's going to be a totally different ballgame. So
let's see. Beat around the bush enough here. Let's get a pick.
I'm going to go with Holt. I'm going to stake Carolina
Okay.
tonight
All
because after last night's run, he showed he's figuring out how to drive that tractor. That's one of the biggest things. Mini rods is figuring out how to come into the hole, get smoother with it, and getting it locked in.
All right. I'm gonna go with let's see here. I'm gonna go with Adam Kester Footloose.
Yep. He stayed up in the top a lot last night.
I think it was a numbers game last night, and I think
if he had been
the
a
number
little bit
falls
later,
right, if the number falls right, I think it'll be right there.
Ron's another one you got to watch out for.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing with some things on that tractor, and I talked to Ron a little bit yesterday, and one of the things they're doing with it is they're kind of trying things with that tractor, and they're saying, "Hey, Ron, here you go. Just drop the hammer, let her eat. Let's see what happens." So this show here this weekend is just going to be phenomenal.
Unlimiteds.
I'm going to go with the Wickeds.
Going to go with it. All right, going with the Theobalds. Going with Theobalds here tonight. I'm going to go with the cross-threaded Adam Bauer tonight.
Yep.
Sitting number 2 in the points here. I think looking for a big night here tonight with the cross-threaded tractor. And make sure you go to fullpull.us, get your picks in, and see where.
Download the app. I mean, download the app. It's free. You get to see, and say you don't want to do the picks tonight, but you can go in and you can actually watch live from that point. You can also, come on up here. We ain't going to hold you back. You can do your picks there, or you can just kind of watch and learn what's going on.
Actually, she can give us her picks, too.
Yeah, who's your picks?
Unlimited class.
Unlimited.
Oh, unlimited. Well,
are you going to pick Joe?
I'm a
New
New
Yorker.
Yorker. I gotta be
get
loyal
Joe.
to the New Yorkers.
He earned that win last night.
He certainly did. That was quite a hook he had.
That first hook just blew it out the end, and then came back, and he worked every foot of that one to get that one out.
He did, but he sure celebrated at the end.
He did.
He took his steering wheel off. He had his hand up. He was excited.
But that's what you got to do when you work that hard for it.
That's right. That's right.
But we got tons of action coming out here tonight. You got any words of wisdom for us out here tonight?
Just have fun. We love tractor pulling. That's why we're here.
Well, I see on the NTPA Facebook, I saw you going around getting some videos and stuff. You ever get pelted by stuff and you're like, okay, maybe I need to back up a little bit?
That's happened a couple times.
Right. It's just rocks and dirt. Yeah, it's just rocks and dirt. Don't worry about it, But, folks, stay tuned tonight, fullpull.live. We're going to be getting underway right at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, yeah.
We're going to go grab a cold drink, get ready for tonight. I'm going to be out here. You're going to be in there. And we're going to see what kind of stuff we can stir up here tonight.
Absolutely. Going to be a good show. Make sure you get out here. If you're not within driving distance, make sure you do sign up.
$39.99 a month.
Yeah,
you
can't
can't
go wrong with that.
I mean, it's the best pulling you're going to see in the nation right now. So, guys, we're going to be coming back to you at probably about 15 minutes till for all the preludes. Give you a little play-by-play in the beginning, and then we're going to jump right into pulling at 7 p.m.
So we'll be ready.
All right.
Stay tuned.
We'll see you
Get your picks in.
Get your picks in. All right. We'll see y'all later on tonight.
Is that it? That it? That'll work. Director? Is there a director around here? Anybody? Hello? Hello? Hey, guys, we're done. That's it. I called it.
Forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
With Mac Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Beck's, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Beck's, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BecksHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio soil. With Mac Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio. legacy with Mack Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Beck's, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Beck's, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BecksHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's Chris.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Beck's, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Beck's, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BecksHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio. Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio. With Mac Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like it's
No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Like a seed planted in Ohio. Legacy with Mack Trailer.
You've got questions? We've got answers. Need a pro you can trust? We have stores of that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bex, we stand up for things that matter most. Our faith, our independence, and helping farmers succeed. As the largest family-owned seed company in the U.S., we believe in the integrity of remaining an independent family-owned seed company. Since our founding in 1937, we have continued to produce quality products backed by a family of employees and dealers dedicated to serving American farmers. And that's something to be proud of. Bex, founded in faith, forged in America. For more information, visit BexHybrids.com.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to session number 3 here in Fort Recovery, Ohio. The Midwest Summer Nationals event here going on in Fort Recovery since 1973. My name is Dan Mayer. I will be one of your announcers, and I am joined by Mr. Burt once again.
Great event so far this weekend. Had some really exciting, last night's mini rods were fantastic. Semis today, were just awesome. I mean, Light Pros, the whole show has just been fantastic. The track has been this afternoon was probably one of the best day tracks I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holding the power down, hooking it up.
Yeah, absolutely. When we'll see it in a couple weeks here in Bowling Green, Ohio, when they run the afternoon sessions over there with a whole bunch of vehicles. But looks like we're just about ready to get pulling here. So as we got the Pribble tractor backing in here before we start our opening festivities here for session number 3 here at the Midwest Summer Nationals here in Fort Recovery, Ohio. We've got 7 classes of competition here tonight. We're going to start off here on the grandstand side. We've got our Light Pro stock tractors. Looks like we're going to have 16 of those in our lineup here tonight. Over on the hillside here tonight, we're going to have our 9,500-pound limited pro stock tractors, the 4-1 tractors, and those will be our first 2 classes of competition we're going to see. And Bert, last night the track, it was pretty tough on a lot of these vehicles. We saw this afternoon, last night, and then of course this afternoon, a lot of the competitors working on these vehicles, trying to get them ready to go. And it was a tough night for a lot of competitors, but they burned the midnight oil, and they're ready to go here tonight.
I went by Cody Singletary's trailer last night, probably about 1 o'clock. And they had bell housing out, gearbox out, clutches laying everywhere, parts everywhere. And I said, Cody, man, y'all working late tonight? He said, man, got to get this thing put back together. I've got to run tomorrow night. I was in the top 5 with my other. What if I get 2 of them up there?
Yeah, career best finish for Cody last night
right.
In our mini rod competition is the Carolina Night Train team running for the Grand National points here for the first time in 2024. We've got quite a few teams that are running on the Grand National circuit as rookies, and good to see. And make sure you get your picks in here tonight. We're just about ready to get going with tonight's program, so go over to fullpull.us and get your picks in here. Make sure that you've got all the hot scoop on who you're going to pick, and
$5 gets you in.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's worth playing a little game. And if you don't know everything about all these pullers, go back and look at the results from last night. You can go back and look at those and just give you an idea.
Yep.
Maybe somewhere to start. That's the whole thing about this. We're trying to get the information out about these pullers, and this is one way to do it. And you look at some of the history that's here. I mean, we were talking about Vinny's run being the 5th time winning here. We had a lot of first-time winners last night also.
Yeah, we saw the Superstock Diesel Truck class. Jeremy Yeager found victory lane here in that class, and that was good to see. He's been running here the last couple of years trying to get that truck, and that's a tough class. I mean, you talk about, when you got, Ken Crowder, Van Hazley, the guys that more or less started the diesel truck craze, back in the the 90s, and to try to come out there and just the other names, Shane Kellogg, Eric Stacy, the list goes on and on. That's a tough bunch right there, and to break into that crowd, that's pretty impressive.
So here's my thing. You were talking about Shane Kellogg. That was your pick.
Yeah,
that was your pick
for tonight. Yeah,
and I was going for the Cummins Killer.
Yeah,
he's been kind of on a roll, but last night's run by Shane was really good. So it's going to be interesting. Different track than last night. They've got a lot more moisture in it. Obviously, it was turned up today. Great track, great power track. They held it to the ground. The Light Pros had a little bit of a challenge, some of them holding it straight. So it's going to be interesting in the mini rods and in the Light Pros. And the difference is Light Pros are going to be on the hillside for tonight's session.
So as we see here, just about ready for opening ceremonies here to get session number 3 underway, as we've got our first limited pro hooked up, driver down off the seat of that tractor. That's the top priority machine, as we see our color guard getting ready to start off tonight's festivities here. So it'll be just a couple minutes and we'll be rolling.
We live in the land of the free because this is the home of the brave. We stand to pay tribute to this great country. Remember, freedom is not free. We gather because of the actions of our veterans. To all of our veterans, we say thank you. To those newly returned from deployment, all the home. To the families, men and women serving around the world and here at home, we wait with you pray with you for their safe return. Let us never forget, but let us forever remember. For it is the veteran, not the preacher, that has given us the freedom of religion. The veteran, not the reporter, has given us the freedom of the press. The veteran, not the poet, has given us the freedom of speech. The veteran, not the campus organizer, has given us the freedom to assemble as we have this evening. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, that's given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, that's given us the right to vote. It is the veteran that salutes the flag. Sadly, it is the veteran that salutes the union. All being some. The some being all. Ladies and gentlemen, the elector and our national anthem.
All right, so just about ready to go here with double track action here in Fort Recovery, Ohio. Once again, another stop here on the NTPA Grand National Circuit. This is the highest level of pulling that you will see in the world.
The biggest and baddest, and if you think you're big and bad, this is where
you're here, right? Yeah, everybody right. Who's anybody. And these classes here tonight are here, ready to battle it out here tonight. As we see our 9,500-pound limited pro class over here on the grandstand side, over on the hillside. We will run the light pro stock class that ran this afternoon. As far as entries go, over on the light pro side, we've got 16 entries. Over here on the limited pro side, we've got 8 entries here tonight. So looks like we lost a couple from this afternoon and last night, and that's normal for a double-day show.
It is. You got a minute problem. Do you have time to fix it for tonight? That's the issue. So.
Now, for those that drove, a big distance to get here, so as we see on the start line here, Mike Pribble getting ready to go. Now, all the vehicles that go down the track here tonight go through a rigorous tech inspection as well as a safety inspection. And here we'll have a good idea of what these competitors wear. They got a multi-layer fire suit on as far as safety gear goes. They got the fireproof boots, they got the gloves, they'll put on the head sock, and then the Snell-approved helmet, all mandated by the NTPA rules. As all the vehicles will also go over the scales here, and before they go to the weight transfer machine, that's part of the rules as well, because in pulling, weight is an advantage. Now, pretty much is the reverse of everything that we are used to seeing out there. Stock cars, you want to be light. Drags, you want to be light. Motorcycles, you name it. Any type of racing, yes, but not in pulling. Pulling, you want to be right at that maximum weight. So we will get these vehicles over the scales. Now, here at Fort Recovery, they'll go over the scales before they go to the sled, and then they'll go over the scales after. A lot of places don't have double sets of scales. Here at Fort Recovery, we see that at Bowling Green. They got a double set of scales, so keeps everybody on the honest side.
That's right. the honor system doesn't really. They don't really take the honor system very well here. So that's one thing here you're going to see. And basically, the big thing is they know the weight's going to be close between the two. They're just looking for drastic changes, like an extra 100 pounds or something like that, because they are going to be burning fuel, you know, and water and the liquids that's going on, and some that are going to be expelled on the track. So it's going to be interesting to see. This track looks like it has a lot more moisture than what it did yesterday afternoon. They have done a great job on this track. So the first one up's
Mike Pribble out of Bluffton, Indiana here, the top priority tractor, a guy that formerly ran Super Farm tractors, him and his brother, and good to see him out here in the Limited Pro 9,500-pound class as we get rolling here tonight. Once again, we're dancing with the devil over there on the left-hand side, as right up against the chalk line here to start off the program. So tonight's action, this event here this weekend, sanctioned by the NTPA, follow all their safety and technical rules out of Columbus, Ohio, and the longest running sanctioning body since 1970. And, of course, Fort Recovery here, 1973, the first year they had an NTPA event, and they are the longest running NTPA event on the circuit. So continuously running NTPA each and every year that they've had a pull here. So 3:16:01 is going to be the mark here for first tractor down. Now, option time. He is the test puller in each class. Every puller or every class will have a test puller, more or less a guinea pig, for our officials to see whether or not that sled setting's set just right. And the word from trackside is he is going to take it. So Mike Pribble with a nice run here of 3:16 will start us off here tonight in our Limited Pro class, 9,500 pounds. Now, very popular class. You see, the other side of the river, out Missouri way. They 20, 30 entries in that class. Not as popular here in the Midwest, but a real good competitive class, as they'll weigh in at 9,500 pounds. All the tractors in this class are going to be diesel powered. No component chassis allowed 640 underneath the hood, 640 cubic inches. Now they're allowed one single turbocharger, and that is 4.1 inches on the inlet side. Now turbocharger, nothing more than an air compressor, runs off the engine's exhaust. And, like I say, we're going to see limited chargers. We're going to see unlimited chargers as we move on here tonight with our classes. In our Super Stock Open as well as our Super Stock Diesel class, you are going to see, tractors running up to 4 turbochargers. But here in these two limited classes here, the Light Pros as well as the Limited Pros, limited on the size of their turbochargers.
And one of the things is, I've heard this question before, why do they have just a 4-point, why do they only measure it on the inlet side? And if you think about it, the way that turbo is set up, that exhaust gas is turning. Well, if you can have a 4.1 on this side, you can put a 5 on the other side, but it's not going to benefit you if you're losing all that pressure inside that turbocharger. So that is one reason why they pretty much measure it just only on the intake side.
So it looks like we've got, another guy that came to Limited Pro via Super Farm here, Jerry Weissel, out of Roanoke, Indiana. The Constant Conflict tractor is going to be up next here in our 9,500-pound Limited Pro stock class, or they call them 4-1s. A lot of guys call them 4-1s, but the Limited Pro class here as we get rolling here. Once again, Mike Pribble, our current leader with the top priority international at 3:16 and change. As he gets a start, you see some of his accolades on the side. 07-08 Region 2 champ, the MX 170. Good looking ride here. And we'll see a couple of the Weisels in competition. Jerry will be up first, and then the bottom of the class we'll see son Travis will be out a little bit later on here as we get ready to roll here. Constant Conflict next up here in Limited Pro. Well, our Fort Recovery track claims its first victim here tonight, snuffs it out. Jerry Weissel, the Constant Conflict tractor. Now, the first two tractors, every competitor has the option where you want to put that sled on the start line. And you can put it, left, you can put it all the way to the right. Now, the first two have gone right down the center of the track. That's usually what we see on a fresh track. Yes.
A little bit of a read off of it, and then what you're going to see later on, especially in the Light Pros on the other track, is you're going to watch them start switching around. They're going to be going right to left. And you may even see them shoot it from one side to the other. Great looking pass. Come out of the hole. Front end's toted up. Already pulling too hard to the left. You see those front tires already turned a little bit. That little bit of a drop might have straightened them up a little bit there towards the end. 308-260. 308-260.
So numbers 2 spot here for Jerry Weissel out of Roanoke, Indiana, with the constant conflict. Now, the difference here between the light pros and the limited pros, we'll notice one thing right off the bat is the wheel speed. The light pros will spin those 24.5-inch wide rear tires just a little bit harder. Here we go. You can definitely see the wheel speed as Casey Evers out of New Bremen, Ohio, the rumor has it tractor, as he is the test puller here over on the 8,500-pound light pro stock class as we get that class underway. And we see the higher wheel speed, the front ends come up, and just like
more aggressively too. It's when they come out of the hole, we're ready to go. Sitting back there. And if you watch how these guys, they're on the hillside, so everything they learned on the grandstand side is not going to help them at all on the hillside here tonight.
Yeah, totally different characteristics on the tracks, and it looks like we get a thumbs up here for Mr. Casey Evers as our test puller. He's going to take that run of 3:19.28, 3:19 and 28 the distance here as we'll get things started. Now this afternoon, that tractor finished up in the number 13 spot, so definitely looking to improve on that here as the night moves along. So we'll bounce things back over to the limited pro side, 9,500-pound class, is Garrett Boldry, another tractor that used to be a super farm. I know it's getting to sound a little repetitious here, but you can see what happened here, the evolution, running from the 9,300-pound, the 3-inch turbo, moving on up here to the limited pros, and then they move on to the light pros.
They don't have to change the blocks.
Right.
640 cubic inches, and there you go. Just change your turbo, change your fuel, and let her eat.
Absolutely. All right, so here we go, the Smoke Fever out of Rochester, Indiana. Nice straight pass right down the center of the track. Now, fans, if you might be watching us on YouTube, Facebook, we're going to go a few more tractors before we click on over, so we're going to click it off. So make sure you get out and subscribe. FullPull.live.
Look, best opportunity, $39.99 a month. You get to see all kinds of pulls. Whether it's, we've had pulls all the way in North Carolina, we're up in Ohio, we're going to be in Iowa next week. We have the infamous Bowling Green in a couple of weeks. So if you want pulling action, this is where you get it.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a great show. And well, we've got a new leader here over on the limited pro side, 324.18. You want to make sure you stick around to see who is going to win these classes here tonight, as we've got a battle royal going here early on in our limited pro class. So Garrett Boldry will take over the number 1 spot here with the Smoke Fever out of Rochester, Indiana here. Nice straight pass.
Do you think this track's going to continue to get better? The way it's looking right now,
I do, absolutely. Well, here's a name that goes way back in the old days of pulling. Meredith's agitator here, J. Howard Meredith Jr. out of Y Mills, Maryland, up next here in the light pro class. Oh, snuffs her out. As Howard Meredith Jr. now, his dad many years ago ran in the super stock class. Same name, the Meredith's agitator, back in the old 7, 9, 12,000-pound super stock classes. And his dad was a very strong runner out of the eastern side of the United States there with his tractor. Very tough in the 95 and the 11, 12,000-pound classes back in the years of multiple different classes in the super stock classes. We see Howard Meredith Jr. take his helmet off after a great run. We see a good launch with that tractor, and then drifts off here to the right-hand side. And we'll see if we can, made a little correction right about there. 3:05.51 will be the distance here, 3:05 and 51. So a little bit short here of our lead distance of 3:19.
join it. Thanks for watching, folks, if you've been watching on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget, fullpull.live.